Hi everyone, so it's Sarah, or if you came to camp with me, you know, you would call me by my middle name, so it's Leanne. Well, whoever you want to call me is okay, but anyway, so I'm going to be talking about the highlights from my week at Miracle Camp.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I zoomed up on it.
Miracle Camp. I went. Okay, you can backspace. You can zoom out now. Okay, so I went July 7th through July 13th, and that was the full week.
The day after the One Direction concert?
No, it was
July 13th. I went on July 12th.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I came home. I was at camp while you were at the One Direction concert on the Friday. Anyway, so let's see. Where am I gonna start? I think I'll start out with. Okay, so first of all, Sunday, I was really excited to be going there because Miracle Camp is one of the. When you go to Miracle Camp, you have the best week of your life. Like, it is seriously the best week of your life. So, well, it's the best week of my year because I've been going for the past 6 years. So this is my 6th year going in a row. So I get there, I meet my counselor, and I meet all the girls in my cabin, and they're really nice. So I went the junior high week, and that's the 7th and 8th grade one. And so I was really nervous. I was like, oh, what if I'm the only freshman? And I wasn't. There was one other freshman in my cabin. So shout out to you, Celeste. Her name is Celeste, and she's really nice. So shout out to you, girl.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
Celeste?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so she was the only other freshman in my cabin. So, and I know there was one other freshman boy that around camp, but that's all the freshmen I know about. So, the reason I wanted to go to the junior high week was because this year's my first year at band camp, and and the junior high people, they go to the sand dunes on like Thursday or Friday. Sand dunes, they're really big sand dunes and stuff, and they go there for like the whole day. So I didn't want to be sunburned my first year at band camp. So, but next year I'm going to go to the senior high one, or the high school one. So anyway, so moving on to Monday. Monday I had my one-on-one with my counselor. I had Katie. This is a note she wrote me, so that's what this is. So anyway, I had my one-on-one with Katie, and she's a really nice girl. I love her so much. And so we were talking on our one-on-one, and that's when just her and I get to hang out for like an hour and a half. So that's one thing I look forward to every year at camp. So anyway, we start talking, and then I mentioned, she asked me how my year's been, and I told her all the things that I've been going through with my dad and my sister going in and out of the hospital. And she goes, so I mentioned Rachel's name. I mentioned her Rachel Crezon, and that she's a heart problem. And Katie goes, wait, sorry to interrupt you, but what's your sister's name again? I go, Rachel. And she goes, Katie goes, did she come to camp last year? And I go, yeah. And she goes, was she in Emma's cabin? And I go, I think so. And I started to creep out. And she goes, oh my goodness, she was in my cabin last year. I'm like, wait, were you a counselor last year? And she's like, no, I was an assistant counselor. So the point of this is, Katie, this year I had Rachel's assistant counselor from last year as my counselor this year. So I thought that was really cool. Okay. And then we're fast forwarding, that's what to say. Let's go Thursday. Okay, so lots of things happened Thursday. It was a fun day. So, first of all, they have this thing called Woman Warrior. It's an activity. Like, they have activities you can do that you sign up for to do. So, my friends and I signed up to do Woman Warrior, and that's where, like, these two counselors teach you how to be woman or whatever. So my friends and I did that. It was, you guys, nothing against Miracle Camp, but this is probably the only thing I didn't like about camp was Woman Warrior was not fun. Okay, because what we did, so first of all, they made us carry a bench across the road to a fire pit. That's what the man class should have did, not girls. Okay, and then when we got back, they said, oh, they're like, now that you're true women warriors, you have to get your face painted. So they made us get our face painted, and they did like weird designs or whatever. I was like, this is stupid. And so then they gave us, get this, they gave us water balloon babies. Yeah. Okay. So I was like, okay, this is crazy. They made us name them and tell them what the name meant. So I named mine Shane, after Shane Dawson. And the name meant funny one, so we could make it up. So Shane, if you're watching this, I doubt it, but if you are, you're awesome. Anyway, so that was really boring until so we were just like, they're like, make sure you're protecting your kids. They're your kids now. You can't let them get into harm or anything. And there's a guy named Eric. And he's like really well known around camp. He's he's in charge of like the games. So he comes up and he starts trying to knock the water balloon babies out of us girls' hands. So the people are like, run, protect your kids. And by the way, there were guys there too. So it was so funny that was probably the best part, was seeing the guys act like girls. They were acting like moms. They're like, oh, my baby's so adorable. And they were talking like that. And I was like, oh my gosh. That was probably the best part about it. And so anyway, so the guys invaded the girls' class, but just wait until later. Okay, so we're like, oh gosh, so he didn't get to mine. And then after that, we gave all the babies that had died from Eric's attack, we gave them a funeral, and we had to sit around their remains, the balloons' remains, and cry and pretend we're sad. So that was really stupid. And then here comes Eric again, and like after a couple minutes, he comes back and starts trying to do that. So instead of running, the leader was telling us to run, except what all my friends and I did, we threw the water balloons at Eric and got him all wet. So it was so funny. He was, and the girls were like, you are not supposed to treat your kids like that. You girls are horrible moms. And we're like, we don't care. It was so funny. So that was Woman Warrior on Thursday.
That sounds like fun, though.
Huh?
Sounds like fun, though.
Well, it was fun but boring. The throwing it at Eric was fun. The water balloons at Eric was fun. Okay, so then later in the day, it comes free time. And this is still Thursday. I'm just doing the highlights of my week. So it comes Thursday.
You already did Thursday.
Huh? No, well, it's still Thursday then. And it comes free time. Excuse me. It comes free time. And I'm swimming with Celeste, the other freshman in my cabin. And she goes, Leanne, because at camp I was called by my middle name. She goes, Leanne, have you ever tried the water trampoline? And I go, no. And she's like, come on, we should go on the water trampoline. And I'm like, I don't want to. She's like, are you scared? And I'm like, kinda. And she's like, come on, you don't have to jump. You can just like slide off. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I go to get a life jacket on, because I didn't trust myself. I'm not that good of a swimmer. Like, I can swim, but I'm not that good because it's really deep out there. So I get a life jacket on, and we sit on the trampoline for like 15 minutes doing nothing, just sitting there and talking. And then we finally decide to like go back into the regular area and swim. And then 5 minutes later, she's like, Leanne, have you ever gone down the water slide? And I'm like, No, I'm not doing that. And then somehow, so we just like talked more, and she somehow convinced me to go down the water slide. I went down the water slide. It was the worst thing of my life. I did not like the water slide.
But you didn't jump on the water trampoline.
No, I didn't. I just sat there.
That was fun. Those things are fun, though. I've been on one. And then the water slide's fun. Huh?
You should come to camp then.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to Van Buren Youth Camp?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Mm-hmm. Once. That's another. We can talk after you're done with this video. I have been there once. Anyway.
Me and you should go one year.
Anyway. So. She's going like this to me. So.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. So. So after that, wait. Okay. So I went down. I'm like, I don't even know anymore. So after I went down, I'm like, okay. So after I went down the slide, I told Celeste that was the worst thing in my life, and I'm never gonna do that again. I'm like, Celeste, this was horrible. And I'm never doing that again. And so, except I was like more mad. I was like, never doing that again. Okay, so that was so weird. And so weird. Stop. Let me talk, Peyton. Stop. Okay. Anyway, so. What are we laughing about?
I don't really know.
Okay. So then I asked her, after that, I asked her, next are you going to make me go on the blob? And she's like, what?
What the heck is a blob?
It's a big thing. I'll show you a video of it later. Anyway, it's a thing they have at camp. Anyway, is the camera on me? It feels like it's on my foot.
No, it's on you.
Anyway, so Celeste, you're gonna make me go on the blob next, and she's like, no, I don't like the blob either. I'm like, that's good. So Thursday went through, so free time got over, and we went to dinner, and blah, blah, blah. So then it comes, let's see, something happened, what happened? Oh yeah, the fun part, but the best part of the week. Okay, so Friday, so I said the guys invaded Woman Warrior, so we invaded the man class. My friends and I went to man class. And so it was so funny. So the first thing they had to do is the teachers were teaching the guys how to properly open a door for a girl. So we were the people that walked in, and we were the girls that walked in, and they had to open the door for us. And we were going into the chapel, at the back of the chapel. But anyway, so we're like, no. We kept saying, like, they were referring to the guys, from us as like, you have to open the doors for these wonderful ladies. And we were like, my friends and I were like, no, we're men. Stop calling us girls. And we kept saying that, and they're like, whatever, you're girls in this situation. We're like, oh, fine. Like, we were talking in like deep voices and stuff. And so after we were all in the chapel, they were like, okay, so that age is coming up, where prom is coming close. So we're gonna teach you guys how to properly ask a girl to dance. Okay, so we're like, oh my gosh, us girls start freaking out, but like we start laughing, but we're like, oh man, this should be fun. Like all my friends were like, we start laughing, and then we talk like that with like a guy. So to demonstrate, one of the famous guy that destroyed the water balloon babies on Thursday, he comes up to me to demonstrate to the guys on how to do it. He comes up to me and he goes, Leanne, may I have this dance? So he's really famous around Miracle Camp because he's like a game director and he's really cute. He looks like, girls think he's all really cute and stuff. He looks like Niall Horan from One Direction. I'll show you a picture of him later. Wait, have I showed you a picture of him? I'll show you a picture of him later. But anyway, so he's like really, so all the girls start laughing.
Wait.
What?
It stopped. Somehow it stopped. So I've been talking for... Wait. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
Let's keep playing.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Just thought the camera stopped. Okay. Anyway, so all the girls were like freaking out and they were all jealous because I got to dance with Eric. And all the girls were like, you got to dance with Eric? No fair. And I was like, I know. He asked me too. So all the girls were jealous of me for the rest of the day. And I want to stop talking about it because Eric's really famous around camp and lots of girls think he's cute. So they were jealous of me. And so I'll never forget that. Thank you. And Eric, if you're watching this, you're awesome. Thanks for the awesome, awkward dance. Because it was awkward because the girls were laughing. Because they were jealous, so they were laughing. And I'm not a good... And we were waltzing. They had waltz music playing. So I'm not a really good waltzer. So he was so like... Here's him, here's me, we're dancing. He goes this way, and I was going that way. He goes this way, I was going that way, so it was like, oops.
You're supposed to go the same way as the guy, though.
I know. I was trying. I didn't know what way he was going to go. So
that's why you were supposed to... Never mind. I'm not even going to explain it to you, Sarah.
Yeah, you will after this.
You're supposed to go when the guy's going. That's why you're supposed to hold... their
shoulder.
You're supposed to hold the guy's shoulder and then their hand.
That's not what they said.
Well, that's how
you guys were lying.
I just know that from
experience. Huh?
Maybe.
With Francis.
No. Not from that. Yes, no. From that.
No.
Yes.
No, I just learned it from other reasons. Okay. Shut up. Don't tell me to shut up.
Oh, what? No, so I guess you don't love Harry because you don't know how to dance.
Oh my gosh, that's I do love you, Harry. Hey, the camera's on me.
Surprisingly, you don't sleep naked.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap up this video. That was my week at camp, and so hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys, I'll put the link down below for if you want to try out camp. If this sounded like fun, I'll put the link down below to their website. And so yeah, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Look up Van Buren Youth Camp. It's more fun.